Hello guys, welcome back to yet another lesson. Let's look into how we can get to make these charts make sense, as well as how we can get to do analysis from scratch. And I'm going to do this analysis with GBP USD, since this is one of the currency pair that I do respect my analysis, and it's the same way as how I normally trade GBP JPY, that is the GJ. So we start with the 4 hours. Allow me to just head into my charts so that we get to move together. But before you get into that, if you're new to this channel, just go ahead and make sure you hit the subscribe button so that you'll be part of this community and we get to grow as a team. So quickly, let me just head into my charts. Well, first thing first, this is GBP USD right now as it's playing out. We want to look whether we'll be looking for selling opportunity or whether we'll be looking for buying opportunity. So as I already told you, I normally start by drawing the psychological levels. You can see right now the market is almost on a psychological level, but how the market is playing out, we'll be looking on whether we'll be looking for selling opportunity or whether buying opportunity. After drawing the psychological levels, right now I want us we get to draw the trend line at 4 hours. You can see right here the market has already touched this trend line a couple of times. If it has touched more than 3 times, the 4th time we're anticipating for the market to break on the other side. You can see already the market has touched. This is 1, we have 1, 2, 3, and this is the 4th time. So for this case, we are looking for we are anticipating the market is going to break, and it's going to break and change the trend from the uptrend to the downtrend. And you can see also we have a psychological level right there. So for the 4 hours, we also get to look at how the candlesticks, the formation of the candlesticks, how they're forming. It's also a very important factor to put in place. For this case, you can see the candlestick at 4 hours. The previous candlestick just left a long wick on the upper side, meaning there's pressure from sellers who are trying to push the market to unfold downwards. So for that case, it's also supporting our analysis. So from the 4 hours, we head now to the 1 hour, and we get to see how the 1 hour the market is playing out. So for that case, you can see here, if we get to draw a trend line at 1 hour, we can get to draw the trend line. Let's say we get to draw the trend line from around where we get to look at where the market has touched an area at least 3 times. Let's start from there. You get to see whether that's where it's valid. Let's just draw like that. We get at least to look at where the market has touched one area at least 3 times. So for that case, let's just pull that. We get to see 1, 2, and of course we have the that time, and the market got to break and proceeded downward. You can see for this case we have 1, 2, 3, and the 4th time the market got to break on the downside. That's the 1 hour. We can also get to draw something here on the 1 hour. Let's look into how this 1 hour is playing out. You can see already these are valid trend line here. You can see the market got to touch 1, 2, 3, and of course it got to break the third time. The market got to break, and now what we normally look for, we are expecting the market has to touch this trend line one more time to retest before unfolding downwards. So that's also something we need to have in mind to make sure it must happen. It happens, and it's a trend. It's something that has been happening over and over. So that's the 15 minutes. That's the 1 hour. So what we are looking for right now, we need to head into the 15 minutes, and we get to see how the 15 minutes is playing out. And for that case, you can see here how do we get to draw this trend line at 15 minutes. Let's just look at it this way. So we get to look at where the market has touched 3 times at least. So for that case, let's just draw something here where the market has touched at least 3 times, and at least 3 times before unfolding into the other direction. So for that case, you can see here, we can see the market has unfolded this how many times here. Let's look into this. Let's be a bit reasonable. We can get to draw maybe somewhere there. We can place our trend line somewhere there. That's 1, 2, and of course we're anticipating this the third time. Let's just do it like that. You can see the market got to touch 1, 2, and the third time you can see the market got to break out. Now it has already tested. So what we're looking for in this situation like this one, we're anticipating the market is going to it's going to at least retest on this zone on the upper side, and of course we're anticipating the market might unfold on the upper direction until it gets to touch this trend line right here before it can get to unfold downwards. So for this case, since first thing first, we are not seeing a clear direction on 1 hour. You can see right here we are not seeing a very clear direction on the 1 hour. So for this case, I'll just hold to see whether the market is going to either show some upward momentum or downward momentum. So for that case, it would be advisable for this situation to just wait for a while. You see how things gets to play out. So on the other side, you can also get to check out how these trend lines, whether the trend lines, they are really perfect at this point. But on my side, I can see this trend line. It's amazing how I got to draw that trend line. It's amazing. So for this case, we have an upward bias as well as a downward bias. So for this case, it would be advisable to just wait to see whether the momentum is going to go downwards or it's going to go upwards. So this is the situation whereby you normally hear traders say patience is a virtue that you must have each and every time for your trade to play out the same way your analysis you're expecting. So that's it for the case of our today's video, and of course I'll be looking forward to seeing you in our next one. And of course, keep doing this over and over to be more familiar with this market, and of course you'll find yourself having an easy time to execute these trades. That's it for today, and I'll be looking forward to seeing you in our next one. Peace, guys.